maximum of 3 years in prison for people found guilty of cohabiting. The bill, which was drafted by Tororo District Women Members of Parliament, Sarah Achieng Opendi, also seeks to have polygamy recognized in Ugandan civil marriage. The proposed law says parties to a marriage must be aged at least 18 years and should be of opposite gender. On cohabitors, part of the bill states that a person who lives together with another as husband and wife, acquire or own property jointly, bear children and take the man's surname, commits an offense and is liable on conviction to a fine not exceeding 10 million Ugandan shillings or imprisonment not exceeding 3 years or both. At the same time, the bill describes a civil marriage as one that shall be potentially polygamous, meaning a Ugandan man may be allowed to marry more than one wife, and a civil marriage, which currently permits only one spouse. The proposed law, however, says that all civil marriages registered before the bill is potentially enacted shall continue to subsist as a monogamous marriage. Currently, only customary marriage allows polygamy in Uganda. The bill further says that spouses would be allowed to change their marriages from monogamous to polygamous or polygamous to monogamous by signing a court declaration stating they agreed to the change out of their own free will. The bill also prohibits husbands from demanding dowry refund in case of divorce. Those who seek such refunds risk a fine of 10 million Ugandan shillings, an equivalent of $2,800 or a maximum of 3 years in prison or both. On the other hand, a man or a woman who promises marriage but fails to honor the promise would pay damages, which would be determined by the court. A petitioner must, however, file their complaint within 1 year of receiving marriage promise. In what some Ugandans term a progressive legislative proposal, the bill also seeks to recognize prenuptial or postnuptial agreements. A prenuptial agreement is a pre-existing binding contract between partners specifying how their assets, debts, and spousal support will be handled in the event of divorce or death. Almost similar to the prenuptial agreement is the postnuptial contract, which is made after a couple marries. Uganda's Marriage Bill 2024 also proposes that a wife shall not continue using her husband's surname after divorce unless both parties consent to that. The proposed law also says it would be legally assumed that children born to a couple during marriage belong to the man and wife unless that assumption is challenged in court. The bill, however, prohibits couples from subjecting children to DNA tests without a court order. Currently, lawmakers are collecting Ugandans' views before debating the bill, which was tabled in Parliament in October 2024.